having gone through a character, a job where you had to work with just only a small part of your face showing, did you and Joel have any conversations about the limitations or the freeness of doing something like that?
I'll answer the second part first. Yeah, we had a conversation about 11 minutes ago, actually. But we did, and I kind of saved it for him. I mean, I think I mentioned it to him once. But, I find talking about acting often is not very interesting and kind of very self-involved, so I'll blow through this really quickly. So without making a big deal about it, he's you know, really a fine actor. This cast is so good, and if you've seen the movie, it really pays off. You know, every scene, you know, you see it with her, you actually feel something. Usually in movies you don't feel real emotion, but this cast is so good at every level, and Joel's job is particularly difficult because what I was saying was people don't know how hard that is to do what you need to do, because your natural instinct or your unnatural instinct might be to say, let's face it, you know, I'm in this suit that out of context is kind of ridiculous, you know what I mean? So your inclination or your desperation might make you want to kind of go out and you know, and what he didn't do was that. What he did do was kind of suck back and went kind of inside, and he makes these unbelievable transitions too. I noticed from he's human, then he's robot, then he's robot and human, and that's really hard to do when you're wearing a big black suit. And I was really knocked out by it. I mean, I was knocked out by the movie, and I hadn't seen it until about a week ago or so. But I kept watching him in it, and it's really extraordinary what he did. He probably won't get the credit for the degree of difficulty that you know was required. And what I didn't hear him speak about this before, but in a way the suit becomes your, you know, a long time ago when they were asking me when I did the first Batman, you know, I made a joke, but I was actually serious. I just worked the suit, man. I let that suit go to work for me. And that's kind of what you have to do. What happened, I'm very claustrophobic, and we didn't know that the suit was even going to work at all until literally, like I think hours before we were about to start shooting the suit. We shot a lot of the Bruce Wayne stuff, which was the key, by the way. And that was the key. I never worried about the Batman thing. Was like the way in was Bruce Wayne. That was always it for me. That was it. The Batman thing was, I didn't know what I was going to do with that. But so when we got in it, I went, oh, I'm in trouble, man. I got to really face this thing, because you couldn't get out of it. The second one you could kind of get out of it. This thing was like wrapped. In fact, it didn't totally work because one of the first shots. This whole thing, does anybody care about this, by the way?
Everyone cares about
that. This whole thing, it came out of, I mean, I'll take some credit for it, but really it was practical. This whole thing with this really came out of the first time I had to react to something and this thing stuck to my face, and somebody says something to Batman, I go like this, and the whole thing goes big fucking hole here. Batman, so I go, well, I got to get around that because we got to shoot this son of a bitch. So I go like this. I say, you know what, Tim? He moves like this. So I'm very claustrophobic, and I get in this thing, and they actually used one of those pine wood, one of those old boards that they put you on if you're playing a knife, a leaning board.
For the, like a big
yes.
costume.
And you couldn't, I drink a lot of coffee, I eat a ton of vitamins, I drink a lot of water. I could do none of that because I couldn't get out to go to the bathroom. So they put me in this thing, and inside, honestly, I started having panic attacks, literally panic attacks. You know, people call them panic attacks, and I had to have a little bit of history with that anyway, so I really did. So I thought, I don't know how I'm going to do this, man. I'm feeling really scared. And then it hit me, just what he said. I went, oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. I mean, it is like designed for this kind of really unusual dude. This, you know, the Bruce Wayne guy, the guy who has this other personality that's really dark and really alone and really kind of depressed this is it. You just take all that stuff, that suit, all that stuff that suit was giving me. And I said, oh, I got it. I know exactly how to do this now. So it's odd how those things happen to actors. You know, like a thing you think, I have no idea how to do this. Something will happen often in your life or something. You know, I think all these guys will tell you that comes up and you just kind of get it. I don't know how you get it, but actors are kind of pretty extraordinary in that regard. Yeah, I think it's fear is what happens.